super proud of the way our team competed, because I thought the Louisville kids really competed as well. Both teams really struggled to score. I thought both defenses were a big part of it. I thought they really bothered us with some things, and I thought we bothered them. Guys were prepared, and we showed in overtime that we can score and play better offense. But I'm really pleased that we could win a game where we had to defend, and that's kind of what we talked about really at the beginning of the second half. Was I challenged them that we need to keep them around 50, and if they got to 50 quickly in the second half, we probably weren't going to win the game. And to my guys' credit, I thought they really took that to heart. I thought we were worrying too much about our offense in the first half and missed shots and bad plays and trying to do too many crazy things. Just got too excited by the atmosphere and knew that it would have to be a little bit more defensive, gritty game to win, and I thought we did that. Questions?
Brad, how excited were you to see Marquise, the steals he was getting today, especially there in that big play in overtime against Snyder?
That's huge. He's playing very good basketball, and that doesn't surprise us. He's a guy that can play both ends. He's a guy that we've worked hard with him the last couple of years defensively to improve. He really didn't come to us with that kind of mindset. He was a scorer and a guy that played zone his first year at Robert Morris. So he's really developed into a competitive guy, and obviously you saw some of that on the defensive end today.
Brad, defense obviously was something you focused on all offseason. Did you ever when you thought this group was capable of playing the type of defense that?
It's taken a while. I mean, it's been a process all year. We have some guys that are good defenders, but we're not elite shot blockers, or we don't have crazy length. But we do have experience. We have guys that have been through the wars of the league. They've played a lot of basketball together. They've been in our system of how we do things. And so, whether we make adjustments game to game or within a game or understand what's important, they do. And I think that, by reinforcing that this fall and in the summer, that, our older guys, specifically Gabe and Dante, took it to heart. And, we've had some success, so that I think has helped as well in terms of like, hey, what we're doing is working. Let's keep being prepared and putting in the time and practice and preparation to play well defensively. And certainly that was evident today.
Coach, you lost so many close games last season, and now you've won 10 straight, including a couple real tight ones in the ACC. How much of that is, you think, just things turning your way, and how much of that is just, this team?
Again, we're going to talk about this a lot. I know this year, every time we win a close game, this is what we're going to go, and that's fine. But, players make plays. Guys made free throws. I didn't do anything with that. They made shots. Gabe made threes. We had two great stops, in the last minute. Obviously, it was unfortunate Eli threw the ball away, but we had to stop him twice, and we did to send the game to overtime. There is a little bit of momentum that comes from winning close games, that guys get more comfortable and confident. You hope that's the case. Last year's team, we won early in the season. Everybody forgets, thought we lost every close game. We did win some early. That's why we were 10-2. Then we didn't get the wins late in the year, and that's why we finished poorly. But we're still most of the same guys. We're just competing a little bit. We've had a couple things go our way, and we're certainly trying to build on that.
You mentioned it a little bit in your open, but how much did you notice them kind of forcing it when your offense was not clicking early?
Yeah, we forced it a little bit. Louisville's hard to play against. I mean, let's give Louisville some credit. I mean, that's part of the reason. Their post players are elite defenders in terms of shot blocking, protecting the rim, but then what's mistaken is how well they move laterally. And so they can switch a lot of ball screens and force your guards to play against a five-man. Florida did the same thing, and we were effective against it. We weren't as effective today. And some of that was because their big guys are really good defensive players. And if you look at their numbers defensively, they're one of the best defensive teams in the nation. It's not an accident. It's how they practice. It's what they do. It's who they are. It's what they've been at, there when Coach Pitino was there, and it's continuing with Coach Padgett. They're a very good defensive team, and so they deserve credit for some of our inadequacy today. That needs to be said. Having said that, there were opportunities for our guys to make some plays, and I thought we tried lob dunks and just could have come down and laid it in, and we missed the dunk, and we dunked one, and now we go in for another one, and we want to try to dunk it instead of using the rim and just laying it in, and we missed that. And, you know, we forced a few things that were advantage situations because I thought we were a little too excited. And that's the only thing right now with this team that has happened a few times in games is we've gotten a little too hyper offensively. And I've talked about that a little bit. When you have 5 guys that can score, you know, we can't all score all the time. And so we've got to find that balance. And every once in a while we get a little antsy and do a few wild things when we want to make a good play for our team.
How important was the crowd?
Real important. It was significant. There's no question. It helped us middle of the second half when it really got loud in there, and defensively we needed stops. That's where I think they have a tremendous impact. And, you know, I've been kind of talking about that for a couple of years now, how like it's the first quarter of a football game, and as soon as it becomes third down, people are going crazy. I mean, it's like crazy. There's 13 minutes and 15 seconds in the first quarter of a game in a football game, and everybody goes crazy. There'll be 6 minutes to go in a basketball game in Little John that's tied, and I'm like pleading with our fans to get on your feet and like, come on, help us now. We need you. And they made a huge difference. There's no doubt that they energize our guys, and our guys appreciate it. And it makes it harder on the other team to run their stuff, be efficient, and to hear what they're doing. And so they had a huge part of the win for sure.
They did have his best shooting game, but 11 rebounds.
Yeah.
How was he able to affect him?
Yeah, I just think that's, you know, he does a lot of things that go unnoticed. I'm super proud of the way he's been rebounding the ball. You know, and some of it's being around the rim a little bit more now, guarding guys a little bit closer to the basket, so he's around there to go fly in. But that's a huge factor in this game. They're an unbelievably good rebounding team. They murdered us last year because we couldn't get a rebound. He got 11. And although he didn't shoot it well, he does a lot of things to help the flow of the offense. He makes big plays and passes. His distribution is usually very good. And he's one of the guys that doesn't usually get as excitable, although I did think he got excitable today, and that's part of the reason why he didn't shoot as well, is he took a couple that were uncharacteristic.
Brad, sorry to be a little bit late, but they had 21 turnovers. Did you see something in them that you could expect?
Not really. I mean, I think we wanted to be aggressive defensively, and I thought our guys were really amped up, ready to play. I thought we played hard. I thought we were disruptive, you know, and I thought they did the same to us. I thought both teams defensively operated at a high level. Both teams were very prepared. Both teams were very organized, had defensive game plans definitely set. Like if you watch the film as a coach, you're going to know exactly what both teams were trying to do to each other, and it was pretty effective. And, you know, that makes it hard. When kids are competing that hard defensively and doing the right things, it's not easy to score, and that's what happened today.
Eli picked up his 4th foul there at the end of the game. Seems like he's been managing his fouls better. Have you seen a lot of improvement in him in that area?
He is growing that way. You know, it's disappointing that he had 2 in 5 minutes because we're a much better team with him on the floor, especially offensively. But, you know, Mark Donnell did a great job. I thought Mark, Amir, and David Scarr helped us defensively a lot in the first half. Mark was really good on the ball screens and then getting back into the post defense. Amir was physical and bought us some time, even though he's a little undersized. And David's just a guy that can guard a bunch of different people. So those guys may not score a lot, but they do impact the game with our team in terms of like we don't take a lot of steps backwards defensively when we bring our bench guys in.
Probably time for 1 or 2 more. I know you have to play these guys a lot to win a game of this magnitude, but how sustainable is the model with you averaging 30 minutes a game for a lot of your stars?
It's going to have to be for a while. I mean, it's not going to be something that's going to change tomorrow. We need to continue to develop our bench. We got to get more minutes out of those guys. I've got to give Clyde a few more opportunities. You know, but we'll see. I'm not going to just all of a sudden start playing guys to play them. We got to do it because we're doing it the right way. And our guys are improving. And I just have a lot of faith right now in those 5 because those 5 have been with me a long time, and we've been through a lot of things together. And those guys they really want it. And so we're going to try to manage as best we can. But we certainly need to keep an eye on guys like Shelton Mitchell because, you know, we really didn't do as much with him this week in practice. And we've got to kind of keep an eye on that.
You just beat NC State. Now you're playing again in 5 days. Is that a good thing or bad thing or inconsequential?
Probably inconsequential. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.